What do Puerto Ricans know about theater? Now they have Channel 47, but back then they didn't have anything. But my father loved musicals. He loved the movies. And he'd take us down to 42nd Street, and we'd come out of one movie, and then we'd go to another. I don't know why, but I love the musicals. How old were you? 7 or 8? On 42nd Street? Yeah, it was a trip. Go on. Well, I'd have to move down front because I couldn't see. I wear contact lenses now, but back then I couldn't see, and when I moved down front, look, Paul, if this is too hard for you, I have your picture and your resume. No. It's okay. From seeing all those movie musicals, I used to dance around the street. I'd get caught all the time. God, it was so embarrassing. I was always pretending I was Sid Charisse. Always, which I don't really understand because I always wanted to be an actor. Well, I mean, I always wanted to perform. Once my cousin said to me, "You'll never be an actor." And I knew she was just saying this to me because I was such a sissy. I mean, I was terribly effeminate. I always knew I was gay, but that part didn't bother me. What bothered me was that I didn't know how to be a man. One day I looked at myself in the mirror and said, "You're 14 years old and you're a faggot." At that time I was at Cardinal Hayes High School. There were 3,000 boys there. I had no protection anymore. No homeroom where I could be charming and funny with the tough guys so they'd fight the battles for me. Like when I went to the small schools. I liked school, but my grades got so bad, even if I knew the answers to the questions, I wouldn't raise my hands because I would be so scared that they would laugh at me. They always whistled at me in the halls. And it was awful. It was just awful. One time it just got so bad I had to go down to the principal's office, and the principal, he looked at me and I sat there and I said, "I'm a homosexual." I mean, it was 1972, and back then you didn't say that kind of thing. But he said, "Do you want to see a psychologist?" And I said, "Okay." So then I go to the psychologist, and the psychologist told me that I'm very well adjusted for my age and that I should drop out of school. So I did. But I didn't want to. I couldn't take it anymore. See, when I quit school, I was trying to find out who I was and how to be a man. You know, there are a lot of people in this world who don't know how to be men. And since then, I found out that I am one. I was looking for the wrong thing, you see. I was always trying to be butch. So, anyway, I started to hanging around 72nd Street, meeting all these really strange people. You know, just trying to make friends that were like me, so that I'd understand who it was that I was. Somebody told me that they were looking for male dancers at the Jewel Box Review. You know, the drag show. So, I go down to audition. Now, from all those years of pretending I was Sid Charisse, I had this fabulous extension. I mean, I could turn. You see, I went and they said to me, "You're too short to be a boy, but do you want to be a pony?" And I said, "What is that?" And they said, "A girl." I said, "What do I have to do?" So they sent me downstairs, and I hiked up my dungarees, and they put on a pair of nylon stockings and high heels. It was freaky. I mean, it was incredible. And then they brought me back upstairs, and they said, "Oh, you have terrific legs." I said, "Really? Terrific?" They said, "Yes." So strange thinking about this. It was a whole lifetime ago. I was just past 16. Anyway, then there was this thing of me trying to hide it from my mother. That was something. Because I had to buy all this stuff. Like makeup and earrings and shoes to rehearse in. One time my mom found it all, and I told her that I was just holding all this stuff for a friend who was in a show, and her parents didn't know she was in the show, and I was just holding it for her. She bought it. Well, it was finally in show business. It was the asshole of show business, but, I mean, show business. I had friends, but after a while it got so demeaning. Nobody at the jewel box had any dignity anymore, and they were all ashamed of themselves and considered themselves freaks. I don't know, I think it was the lack of dignity that got to me. So I left. I muddled around for a while. Without an education, you can't get a good job. So when the jewel box called and asked me if I'd come back, I went. We were working the Apollo Theater on 125th Street, doing 4 shows a day with a movie. It was really tacky. The show was going to go to Chicago. Well, my parents, they wanted to say goodbye to me. So they were going to bring me my luggage down to the theater after the show. Well, we were doing this Oriental number, and I looked like Anna May Wong. I had these 2 great big chrysanthemums on either side with a big headdress and high heels, and these gold balls hanging all over. I was going on for the finale, and going down the stairs, and who should I see standing there? It's my parents. I freaked. I didn't know what to do, so I took a deep breath, and I thought to myself, I'll just walk straight past them. They won't even notice me. They won't recognize me. So I did. And as I passed them, I heard my mom say, "Oh my God." Well, I had to go on, so I just kept walking, and after the number, I went downstairs and I got dressed, and after I finished dressing and taking off all of my makeup, I went back upstairs and I saw my parents standing in the middle of all these people. I didn't know what to do. They were just standing there. My parents, they turned to me and they said, "Please eat. Make sure to write. And take care of yourself." And then my dad, he turned to the producer and he said, "Please take care of my son." That was the first time that he had called me his son.
Awesome.
Wow.
Great job, buddy.
Gosh, Daniel, give you an A+.
I loved it.
Wow.